Hello, welcome back to See the Stories on the 3-Hour News Show. We are still in discussion with certified professional career coach Valencia Gabriela regarding the secrets to success for fresh graduates entering the professional workforce for the first time. So, Valen, when we apply for a job, we discussed it before about how we actually need to review, which is whether it's salary first or reputation or skill, but you were mentioning that as fresh graduates, you should ideally go for the skill development first. But when it comes to salary as well, we cannot really deny that we need money.
Yeah.
But how can we research appropriate salary ranges for entry-level positions? And is it appropriate to negotiate salary for a first job? Because typically you are the one in need.
Yeah,
true.
Right.
That's a great question. So I think research is definitely important before even you sign a contract, right? So it's not only applicable for entry-level job. So for any job seekers, you definitely need to research your salary.
Okay.
So there are some credible websites like Glassdoor, like PayScale, even some Backpage as well, and in LinkedIn as well, there are some information about salary. So I think research is very important because you need to know whether your expected salary makes sense or not, and whether the offer salary is below or the same or even higher than the market salary range. And definitely if the offer salary is much lower than the market salary range, you can definitely negotiate.
So for those websites, are those applicable for every country? Because usually some countries would have their own standards. Like Indonesia, we have our own standards of the basic salary and stuff. Are those websites credible or applicable to every country?
Yeah, are applicable in Indonesia as well, because even in Glassdoor, it mentioned like the company
and also the country, right?
The country and the exact role. Yeah,
there's like a
review.
search page for that, like what position you're looking.
Role and companies is quite specific. Although it maybe it's not like every role in Indonesia, right? But most roles you can find it there.
Yes, and before we go to our next session, I mean games, I want to ask you the tips to make a good curriculum vitae, because we all know that it's important when we apply for jobs, right?
Oh, there's actually the weapon for you to apply for jobs, right?
Yeah.
It's like 1 or 2 pages that will save your life or making your life suffer.
Okay, one question before we dive into dissecting the structures of CV. Should it be 1 page or 2 pages?
Yeah.
All right, so maximum 2 pages actually.
Yeah.
So there are actually formula for creating an impressive CV. As
like what should we put there?
Yeah. So I think there are 3. I always say 3C. So the first one is concise. So it has to be maximum 2 pages.
Okay.
Because if it's more than 2 pages, then it shows that you didn't really know yourself. Like you just put everything there.
Feels
and
dragging.
It's relevant, right? Because I reviewed one CV, it's like 10 pages. Imagine
Wow.
that. Like 10 pages. So it's dragging the recruiters and hiring managers to review your CV.
Okay.
And secondly, it's clear. So make sure it's consistent format. You have a clear structure and it's easy to read. And lastly, the last C is customized.
Okay.
So make sure it's relevant to the job that you apply for. Incorporate the relevant keywords that you find in job posting to be in your curriculum vitae.
I see. Okay, highly noted.
So now, Valen, can you come with me here to the plasma so we can actually dissect one by one the structures of the CV? Because our team has prepared one particular example of CV that might be, I don't know, it might be ideal, might be not. So, Valen, what can you tell us about this?
All right.
Let's from top to bottom.
Okay. I think it's definitely can be improved in many parts.
Okay.
Maybe it can be from the top,
Yes, please.
So I think, let's say from the top, definitely we don't need to write like curriculum vitae. Because we already know, oh, this is curriculum vitae, right?
Yes.
So what you need to put at the top is your name. So this Lalapu, it has to be here, like name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also about your personal information, like this one, it has to be at the top as well. Why? Because when you have this curriculum vitae, you have to show, okay, if this recruiter interested to me, that how can they contact me?
Okay.
Then you have to put your email there and your phone number like at the top. But maybe I don't think you need to put your address because it's not like no longer like you send your curriculum vitae through postal, right?
Okay.
So you actually do not need that. You just need phone number and email.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah.
And it's enough. And I think like the photo looks quite professional, so it's fine. But actually for curriculum vitae, photo is not really mandatory. So if you want to take it out, it's definitely fine as well.
Oh, so it's not necessary.
Yeah, not necessary. But if you want to put it, it's fine too. So it's like optional.
But let's say for some jobs that requires your appearance, let's say hospitality. So is it necessary for you to put your photos?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, if the job requires like looks, then
Okay.
definitely it becomes like mandatory if you want to put there. But make sure it's professionals and aligning with the company culture as well.
Okay,
If
do
you
we
know
need
what I
to
mean.
smile or not?
Oh, smile professionally.
Because this is
Smile
this is really
professionally.
tricky. A lot of people applying for jobs in hospitality, they obviously because it requires you your look to be seen by the recruiter. You need photo, but
Yep.
do we need to smile or not?
Definitely smile, not like smile like cheeky face, you know, like smile professionally. Professionally. But if you would like to have more portfolio on yourself, then there will be like another portfolio rather than in your CV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's the same thing, like if you apply for design jobs, UI, UX, design graphic, and so on, like the design will not be put in your CV, right? It will be another portfolio.
Okay.
The same thing as photo.
Okay, let's say for design, do you need to personalize your CV with a particular design?
So it also depends on which companies you apply.
Okay.
Let's say for medium to big companies, usually they will use some systems called ATS.
Okay.
It's applicant tracking systems. So they require you to have a curriculum vitae based on ATS, which is a black and white CV. Yeah, so for the design, you can also prepare that, but it will maybe send through the hiring managers directly through emails or LinkedIn. Because usually if you have put like too many designs, it will not pass the systems.
The ATS.
Yeah.
So in terms of that, again, the ideal pages would be only 2 pages.
Yeah, maximum.
Maximum of 2 pages. Okay, so we know about this and the photo and what other else?
All right, so I think for the about me, it's quite, like the sentence is fine. Like, take initiative, new challenge, good labor, this is fine. But if you can put more quantitative achievement, it will be great as well. Let's say, oh, I've been like involved in organization, I helped this. So more like practical examples, like specific examples.
More
about
real
your-
example, right?
Yeah, real examples about your contributions and what you actually did in your university or other organization or experience. Because this seems like take initiative, new challenge, like in what sense? Like in what examples?
It's very general.
General.
Yeah,
So
very
if you
general.
can put more specific examples, it will be
Better.
much better.
Okay,
Okay.
now you mentioned about the take initiative and seek out new challenges, and you need to elaborate more
Yeah.
on that. So this you
Has to
should
be-
put on the top.
True.
The
Yes.
upper side.
Okay, and also pictures might be needed, might be not.
Yeah.
So, any other else for this? We went through this, and how about this?
Okay, about this. Can I see like the big
Okay, the bigger picture.
The bigger picture.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe I send from the format first, yeah. So I think for this one, education, since you are fresh graduate,
Yeah.
education, it's fine to be put here underneath like the about me. But make sure you have a similar consistent format for education and this one. And the skills, actually you can put it underneath. So let's say if, here. So if you have working experience, either it's internship, or real working experience, full-time job, it has to be above education. Because usually companies will value working experience more rather than
Than
education,
education.
right?
Okay.
So you can put your working experience and education here. But let's say you don't have working experience. Then education, then your,
Skills.
this one, organization.
extracurricular
Yeah, because
activities.
it shows your involvement in the projects.
Yeah.
Then after that, summary, what skills
Oh,
you have
okay.
developed throughout your education.
like conclusion.
The conclusion and the skills can be in underneath here.
Okay.
Now, about education and extracurricular, it can use a consistent format. Let's say the time can be put here. Let's say here the time. And this one is Bachelor of Communication from ABC University. And this one too, Campus TV Media, what role? So it has to be like consistent throughout the CV.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
it makes the recruiters easier to read your CV, right? If it's consistent.
And
if
know
it's more-
us better.
Yeah, true. So that's why it's important to make it consistent.
So you were mentioning about internship. How important is internship in your CV and in your quest on finding jobs?
Definitely very important. I always highly encourage university students to take any internship or volunteer or organization
Why?
experience. Because I think it shows first, like you have experienced a real world, like workplace, right? And you can develop practical skills. And again, like with internship, you can expand your network.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of stories from my mentees when they have internship, they get full-time jobs from that internship opportunity as well. And also like you can network with them and definitely you can apply your classroom knowledge in the workplace.
Yeah.
So if you have opportunity, yeah, please do so rather than just, like you can spend your holiday, right?
Yeah, that's
Doing the
right.
internship.
That's right. And also, one question, because I've seen, as an employer, I've seen some of the curriculum vitae being decorated. Decorated. With some,
Yeah, like-
you know, with some not animation, but some graphics.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, with you know, some
A little bit
accessories
flowers or
here.
accessory.
Yeah, accessories here. So,
Is that needed?
is that needed? Exactly.
I think the purpose of having curriculum vitae is to show like who we are, right? And also like to make, like I think like the highlight is how can we help the recruiters or the hiring managers
To know us.
and to read our CV easier. So if there are decorations, if let's say this is like a lot of colors, will that be helpful for the recruiters to read?
Yeah.
Let's say if it's helpful, then you can go for it. But let's say if you have like 10 colors here, it probably makes it
Dizzy.
right? It makes it harder for recruiters to read your CV. Then don't do it.
Okay.
Yeah. But as I mentioned, if you want to apply to bigger companies, I think I highly encourage to use ATS.
Yeah.
Because they use systems rather than people reading the CV.
I see. And besides the being long and dragging when making CV, and also like wrong adjustment of the, I mean like the
Structures.
Yeah, the structures. What are the most common mistakes when applying for jobs
Okay.
for fresh graduates?
So I think it comes about like interview. So let's say after the CV is passed, then they go to interview, but some fresh graduate doesn't even prepare the interview. Like they just come to the interview in blank. Like and sometimes as well when the company asks, oh, what do you know about our company? Like, oh, I don't know anything because they don't do the research.
Oh no.
And even have you tried the product? And they always say no. So
That's
it's like-
horrible.
it's horrible, right? So I think preparing about interview, like preparing the questions, research about your interviewers, the company is very needed.
Yeah.
And I think also you have mentioned, I think it's also common mistakes that many fresh graduates just shooting any stars because they're just so desperate about getting the job. They're just shooting any stars, just apply for all the jobs with one CV. And so it doesn't relevant, right? It's not relevant.
Yeah.
So
It needs to be customized.
it has to be customized, like I mentioned, to make sure that it shows that the CV is really fit to the role that you applied for. Yeah. Or the other extreme, like some fresh graduate also just apply 1 or 2 jobs and they didn't get the interview opportunity and they give up.
Oh no, yeah.
That usually happen.
So I have one question because I used to apply for a job and I went on to the final interview with the user and I did not get it. But some of my friends were actually debating around why I did not get a job. One of my friends saying that because I did not ask a question when being offered to ask question. is it really important for you to ask questions?
I'm curious about that.
Yeah, because I haven't really got the answer for this, although it was like probably 8 years ago.
Yeah.
It's very, very crucial.
Really?
Because it shows that you are enthusiastic,
curious
about the role, and it makes you more competitive candidate because it shows that okay, this person really do the job. But again, about the questions, don't ask something about what is the company mission. You can actually find right?
You have to ask something more critical, right?
More critical. So like, what is the company culture? Is there any professional development that I can get, for example? Something that, again, how can I contribute? How can I be
grow
a better
more?
Person to contribute to the company.
So it is important for you to ask one question when you are being offered
to ask
questions.
A chance to ask
Smart questions.
Smart questions. Okay, so after passing that, because we are desperate to get a job, let's say, as a fresh graduate.
True.
And 1 day pass, 2 days pass, 3 days pass, and we have the urge to contact the company and ask about whether we got the job or not. But is it rude for job seekers to follow up about their application with the HR? Or should they just wait patiently for the company to call back?
Okay, that's a great question too. So I think it's more on, you can definitely follow up, but in a professional way for sure.
What is a professional way?
For example, don't follow up every day. Like, did I get a job? Did I get a job? It's quite rude, right? So let's say wait for a bit, like 1 or 2 weeks. If you didn't get the reply, then you can ask the HR, like, hi, through the email or through the WhatsApp if you are contacted by WhatsApp, right? Like, I'm really passionate. I'm really interested to the role. Can I know the status of the job? Like, what is the next step? You can ask those questions. But let's say if you already got the email, like, unfortunately rejection, then maybe you don't need to follow up again.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, true. So, and usually if the email already said, or if you didn't get the email for more than 2 weeks, then sometimes you get
it is okay to follow up, right? Okay.
So there's actually a period of time given for the fresh graduates to actually know whether they are being accepted or not. I see.
And do you have any tips for fresh graduates making connections among other employees and leaders at the office?
Now, this is the very crucial time for them.
Yep, true. I think by building like a good relationship and show that you can be trusted. So make sure like you have a good like offline personal branding, like in your office, right? Make sure you are responsible toward your work. Like make sure you can be trusted, you are approachable, you are friendly, you offer help if it's needed. So it's more on like genuine relationship rather than just, can I help you? I want to know you a bit more because I want to get another job. It's like not a genuine thing, right? So make sure it's genuine relationship as well and make sure you are reliable. I think that's the most important thing.
And then that also adds to your, that also contributes to your net worth, like you said. Like,
true, net worth and reputation as well.
Well, so Fallen, before we say goodbye to you, I actually have one more question. In this digital era, we know about social media currency, right? How important for a person to know that the social media could actually play a part in them being accepted or not? And is it really the fact that companies do check on your social media?
I think that's a question that usually people ask. I think most companies definitely will check your social media. If I say there are 2 candidates they like, they'll just want to know, okay, which are better, just check their social media. That's why I always encourage also to all university students, make sure there are no like digital dirt. What they say, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we
like inappropriate pictures.
Or maybe inappropriate words that you always mention. Those are things that shows and being a question to the recruiters whether this person have a positive or maybe not so positive attitude.
So it's about attitude.
Yeah, it's about attitudes that you have to show whether you are professionals or not, and is this someone that we can work with or not?
Wow, very complicated.
Yeah, and it's actually very insightful to talk.
Yeah, and this
About
actually
this.
shows that the real world starts after you graduate.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So the whole thing in your school is actually
Preparation.
Not really preparation, but it gives you enough thing for you to bring into the professional world.
Yep, I agree.
Wow.
Wow, thank you so much, Valen, for
Thank you so
coming
much
to our
for inviting
studio.
me.
Yes,
Thank you.
and we learned so much by talking to you about this applying for a job. All right, see the stories. We'll continue after the break. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere.